Hello and welcome back to another episode of Progeox Tip of the Month. Today we will see how to create a block model using these composites here. So first thing is to select the Create Blocks command from the block modeling module found in the Progeox category. So select the command here, and once this window shows up, you have different things to configure here. So first is the block dimensions. Now these are the sizes of the blocks in the X, Y, and Z directions. So now they are 5 by 5 by 5. Next is the modeling limits. So this is basically the modeling limit that defines the area of the block model. So here I'm going to select Pick, go to Plan View, and I'm going to define the area to be in this contour. Then it's the top elevation, and this is basically the top elevation of the block model. So hit Pick and select the top elevation of the block model. Now this can be defined by the highest composite in elevation. Same thing for the bottom elevation. Hit Pick and go to the bottom and select the lowest composite. Next is the modeling method. Now you have different methods to model here. No method is wrong. There are just different methods to model here depending on the way you want to model it. So in my case, I'm going to select inverse square. I'm going to select a maximum of 8 samples to be used, and the maximum search distance from each composite, I'm going to put that as 15. Next, you can generate block with no grade, so you want to make sure that this is unchecked. Filter blocks. Now, if you want to insert certain blocks only with a grade that's more than a specific value that you determine here. And the color code found in the ProMine options, I'm going to select gold in this case. The layer, I'm going to leave it to 0. And since we already have the composites in the drawing here, I'm going to select composite in drawing, pick composites, select all of my composites here. Make sure that they're all selected. All right. And you also have the option to select composites from a database. In this case, you're going to select this first option here. Now, once this is configured, you can click OK, and the program will proceed by creating your block model depending on the top and bottom elevations, as well as the defined contour area that we defined. And each block will basically have dimensions of 5 by 5 by 5. And depending on the modeling method chosen, you will have different results, but shouldn't vary that much. Once the modeling is complete, you can see your blocks here. So each block will have a different color depending on the grade value. To determine these grade values, you're going to type in the command line promdef or go to Essentials, ProMine Options, type in the password, and then in grades, select the grade that you want to edit, hit edit, and then on the right hand side of the window here, you can see the different colors of each of these ranges. So you see that high grade ore would be purple in color, a low grade would be green or yellow. So these are the different colors that you can configure here, and if you want to change a color here, you just hit arrange, you can edit the color, or you can simply add a new range by clicking the add button right here. All right, so back to our block model here. As we can see, we have most of our high grade blocks found in the middle here. So what we want to do to get rid of these low grade blocks, what we can do is use another command. So go back to Progeox and hit the filter blocks command, which is found right here. Again, in the block modeling module found in the Progeox category. So hit the blocks filter command, select all the blocks yes. And in this case, you have 3 operations. You have either to render the blocks visible, invisible, or completely delete them from the drawing. In our case, we want to completely get rid of them. So we're going to select delete. The property will be gold and anything that's less than 1.5. So we're sure to get rid of the low grade blocks. Hit OK, and the program will delete all the low grade blocks that are less than 1.5. So once the low-grade blocks are deleted, you can now view only the high-grade blocks that are above 1.5 grams per ton. Now to quickly generate a report to summarize the tonnage and grades, go to Plan View, and now select the Compute Blocks command, again found in the Block Modeling module. We're not going to select a limit, so we're going to click No, and select all the blocks, hit Enter, and in here you can configure up to 3 main grades. So in my case here, I'm going to select Gold, and I'm going to split the ore and waste at 2 grams per ton. And I'm going to add a factor of silver, and this factor depends on the price, so the factor would be 0.015. The densities, I'm going to keep a fixed density of ore and waste of 2.75, and you can also configure a report name, the report scale. In this case, let's increase it a little bit more, and keep it on the layer 0. You can save this configuration so that you can have these specific parameters the next time you want to insert a report, and hit OK. And select where to place the report, and there you have it. A summary report of your tonnage of ore and waste, as well as the total, and the average grade of ore and waste, as well as the total average grade. Now you can select this, right-click, export, and you can save it as a CSV file. This concludes this Progeox tip of the month. Thank you for watching.